नीचे नीचे बड़ा कमोशन हो रहा है.
Everybody is wondering what's going on.
What is going on? They must be thinking कि कोई राजेंद्र कुमार है तो कोई बड़ा बड़ा कोई स्क्रीन पर्सनैलिटी था. थोड़ा एक लोचन ने देखा है. वो जितना कर रखा है चला था. Come on. भाई समुद्र देखने में आ रहा है कुछ. तो आ जाओ. That will be a good shot. है ना ये है. এইসব শুনে নিজের বয়স বড্ড বেশি. आइए मैं कहता था भाभी जी को अगर चौराहे पे खड़ा करते तो गाड़ी रुक जाएगी. स्टॉप से আবার একদিন আসবো 7 তারিখে. लाइक टू से हेलो टू यू. आप लोग को मैं सुनाना चाहता हूँ 2 रिकॉर्डिंग which I did orchestration which is coming out soon. आए सर.
I would like you to give a small talk to us now. 5 minutes, so that we could ask you something, some sort of question answer. 5 minutes, not more. Not more.
Ask no questions.
You know,
I won't.
That's not the point.
Okay. भैया सबको बैठाओ.
Let them sit down. I think let us start the.
Yeah. কোন দিকে বসি বিজয়? কোন দিকে বসলে ঠিক হবে?
Any side there. Anyway. You sit in a prominent place from where you can be heard.
Center is the best. हम इनको गोपाल नाम दिया. लड्डू भी खाते हैं ये.
आधा घंटा वो रेस में अटक गया.
रेस खेलने गए?
नहीं. राश इतना था कि आधा घंटा.
क्या राश? हम समझे रेस. अभी बैलेंस हुआ. इधर रॉय इधर ये भैया. करिए कुछ बात. बामन राव जी को पूछना तो पूछिए. बामन राव जी.
I've been wanting to know your future plans immediately.
Immediate future plan. बैठे हैं बात कर रहे हैं. That's immediate most. You see, we had to record one whole side of an LP, about 21 minutes ka piece. And in the morning we all assembled a festival of artists, India artists जितने गए थे, वो सब आए. और 10 o'clock was the recording time, no? And while going up till then we didn't have anything. क्या record करने वाले कुछ पता नहीं था. हम कहे थे कि सब इंस्ट्रूमेंट आ जाना चाहिए स्टूडियो में. बहुत बड़ा स्टूडियो एंड 8 track machine. There were 3-4 तंबूराज और बाकी जो आर्टिस्ट हैं उनके सब. And just we started recording without any planning. मैं सोचा कि थोड़ा old style का कुछ चीज से करें. करते करते वो बनते गया चीज. And it starts with all sort of stotras. थोड़ा वैदिक हिम्स है, थोड़ा सा उसमें प्रार्थना है, जैसा आप सुनेंगे खुद ही.
नमस्ते भक्तवरद शरणार्थे नमो नमः. नमस्ते सौजन्य सर्वकामप्रभूरगा अमल कमलादिवासिनी मनसो
Friends, this is not a prepared talk, but I will try to make it very informal and just say anything in relation to my music, my travels. Lately I feel a little more confident in our own people, seeing their confidence in me, which has come back, in the sense that because of my being absent for last few years, most of the times abroad, many people took it for granted that, either I have settled down there, or I'm mostly concentrating, performing for the Western people, Western audience, and therefore compromising in my music and things like that. Many people went as far as, thinking that I have been sort of trying to commercialize or westernize my music in my performances, trying to please as they say and think, trying to please the American audience and the hippies and the pop music-loving crowd. Well, the only things that I did in the beginning, as I have said again and again in my number of articles, that I gave shorter duration of program. But that was in the beginning, as I say. For a number of years I had to do that to make people more accustomed to our music, our classical music.
Today he takes his place with the greatest performers of music the world over, with Casals and Rostropovich, with Menuhin Roystrach, with Segovia and Julian Bream, with Richter and Horowitz. If any one of these put down his musical instrument today, he would still be a great musician and a great person. And this is really the test. Ravi Shankar's musicianship and greatness are not limited to the handling of the sitar. It goes far beyond that. But it was through the sitar, it was through the discipline of the sitar that he did realize himself fully.
Indian classical music is unlike the Western music, where you have a great help visually, because the Western music is written down. With us it is very difficult. I mean, as someone said, that Indian music cannot be taught, it can be imbibed, it can be sort of planted, and it needs a congenial atmosphere, it needs a lot of peace in the mind. I personally believe that it's very hard you can learn the technique, you can learn the ragas, the arohis and avarohis and the bandishes, and you can have a lot of speed, but to make each note alive, pulsate with life and feeling, so that it can move you, just one sa or one gandhar can give that particular feeling of feeling very lonely or feeling very sad or feeling very spiritual or devotional, bring tears in the eyes. These are the things which is not possible to achieve in a year or two. That's why I have been thinking that music should be included in the basic education from the very small age. That's the time when we can really give them the sanskar, as it's said in our country, and to give them sur and lay. And now many people misunderstand me as a sitar player and also me as a composer, doing number of other things like orchestral pieces or composing music for films or ballet and such other things. Now, in the field of creativity, one cannot be very much stuck to one pattern, and especially when one has to do music for incidental music for films which are subjects not Indian, one really cannot think of doing purely classical Indian music. Therefore, I have always been very open-minded and I have never been afraid to experiment. Now, I would like you to hear some tapes. The first one is myself playing along with a very famous mridangam player from South, Palghat Raghu. Now I would like you to listen to a piece where you will hear sitar and you will hear tabla, but then all the other instruments are Western instruments. piece is from the film Charlie. Now, this final piece that I want to play is an experimental thing also, which I called V7.5. Sounds very modern, but actually it's very traditional. V is for Rag Vachaspati, and 7.5 is because of the rhythmic cycle. This was just a fragment of the things I've been doing on experimental basis. I personally, as you know, belong to a very traditional gharana or school, as it's known, having had the fortune of having had such a wonderful great guru like Ustad Alauddin Khan. I belong to the Beenkar tradition of Rampur, which is a direct descendant from the Mian Tansen, and therefore I am very much aware of my responsibilities, and many people may not realize, but I am in a way very strict, orthodox and traditional person as far as the classical music goes. Gurukul system is one of the greatest thing that has been existing in our tradition, and I sincerely hope and pray that it will continue to exist, because according to our tradition we consider Guru as the greatest emblem for all sort of learning. We respect the Guru at times more than God even, and it is the total surrendering of oneself to the Guru for whatever vidya or whatever art or technique or craft. It could be music, it could be yoga, it could be religious training or anything for that matter. And this feeling of reverence, respect and total surrender helps one to really learn, and with proper sadhana, that is, discipline and work and total humility, one can achieve a great deal.
Guruji, please say something about sadhana a disciple is expected to do.
Well, sadhana is one of our very important things in all fields of art, religion, and sadhana is very difficult to explain in English. It's not just mere work or practice. It's with that feeling of total surrendering to Guru and reverence and dedication and fanatic zeal in working. That's all summed up in the word sadhana. And without sadhana, nothing can be achieved. And that's sort of the message that I have for the young people, is that there's nothing that can be achieved instantly or through the help of drugs or through help of, giving up everything and living a life of giving up just mere wealth is not enough, you see. One has to work hard. Unless one has the sadhana, as you said, nothing can be achieved. So there must be total discipline and proper sadhana. It's very difficult for a person like myself, who is insatiable in demanding so much from the life, and also at the same time wanting to give so much. I am so deeply grateful to all of you for being here and wishing me for a long and happy life. I'll ask something more from you. I'll ask each of you to bless me so that till the end of my life, till the last day of my life, I can be active and creative and try to achieve at least half of whatever I would like to, and make all of you really very proud of me. Thank you.